Hello, my friends. This is Bud Brown, living in Dumaguete City, Philippines. Yeah, baby, I love it here. I got some very exciting news today. Well, it's been coming on, but I decided to announce it today. I kind of didn't want to announce what exciting thing was going to happen because you never know the future, but there's been a commitment of money laid out, so that means it's going to happen. Just to give you a little background, if you know me or followed my channel very long, you know that, and I confess it, I'm just a language nut. I love languages, I love learning languages, I love hearing strange sounds and communication, and consequently over the years I've studied more languages, and mostly when I say that I'm doing some studying in a restaurant with my laptop and my this here's an external hard drive. It's full of language learning courses. It all started when I was 17 years old. My folks sent me to Mexico. I lived with a Mexican family and I picked up Spanish, and it was so much fun that I've been learning languages ever since. So anyway, I didn't know that there were other people like me that are almost, I don't know what to say, obsessed. But when I meet somebody, I'm very curious of their language background. Did you grow up speaking only English like myself? Or did you grow up like here in the Philippines, especially here in the Visayas region, speaking 3 languages? Most people here, and I'm talking about the Visayas region of the Philippines, can speak English and Tagalog, or they call it Filipino, the national language, and their local language. And I'm not saying dialect, because a dialect is languages that are mutually understandable. But a different language, like Spanish, French, English, one person normally cannot understand the other person. So, different languages. Well, I've been following since the internet came out, and those of you that are my age realize that internet hadn't been around forever. So when the internet came out, it opened up the whole world. It was called the World Wide Web. Remember that? And it opened up so many places and sources of information and contact with people around the world that, as it would be, I've met groups of people like myself. They always felt a little bit out of the ordinary because they love languages too. Well, I'm not sure if you've heard this word or not, but a polyglot is someone who is very interested in languages and may speak many languages. And then there's hyper polyglot, who speaks a lot of languages. Well, over the years, this group has gotten together and had conventions, conferences, gatherings, like any group of people with an interest. I met a fellow one time. He was a frisbee thrower. I go, what? He says, yeah, there's we get together and we have competitions. And this guy was good. I mean, he could take a frisbee and he could throw it and, like hit a target 100 yards away, like a football field. So people have different interests. They get together. And also, during my magic years, I was going to conventions of magicians in Las Vegas. So you can imagine when a bunch of magicians get together, oh man, that's a hoot. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I was never able to actually go for either lack of finances or practicality, some reason or another. I couldn't attend these polyglot conferences. Well, one of the organizers, Tim Keeley, who's a hyper polyglot, he speaks many, many languages, and he teaches in, what's the name of that, university in Fukuoka, Japan. He said, Bud, I know that you're interested in languages. I've seen your videos and this and that. There's going to be a polyglot conference, and you're part of the world. It's going to be in where I'm teaching. He doesn't teach English. He speaks in Japanese, and he teaches different subjects in Japanese to the Japanese students. But anyway, they're having this conference at his university. Got the name of it here. I know this probably isn't so important, but it's going to be at Kyushu Sangyu University. Kyushu Sangyu University. And that's in Fukuoka. Fukuoka. So he said it's going to be October 17th. Well, actually, no. It's going to be October 18, 19, and 20, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which is what a lot of conferences, they usually take a 3-day week because some people have to work. So, you know, we have our priorities, and every year I wanted to go, but, you know, it'd be in East Europe or New York City, and we just had other things to spend our money on. So I told Gloria, she's like, you're going, mister. No, we can't afford it. No, you're going. We'll make it happen. Okay. So I rearranged, you know, our finances and bought a flight. And it's amazing. I was so surprised. I got a flight going from Cebu City to Manila to Japan and back, round trip, $156 round trip. Golly, I wish I would have known it was that cheap. I would have, well, anyway. So I did that. I paid for that, got my reservation. Now I got to get up to Cebu. I'll probably take a bus or flight, whatever. And then I paid a registration fee, and then for a place to stay, I have never stayed at an Airbnb before, but I thought it would be a hoot to stay in a room, and I'm sure most of you know an Airbnb started off anyway with people renting out rooms from their houses, and then it expanded to people owning a condominium, and when they're not there, they would rent it out. And so they would rent out these accommodations through Airbnb. So I reserved a room in a house, which I think I'm going to like it because I like to be immersed. Now, speaking Japanese, Skoshi, I studied Japanese at one time, but you know, I'm very, very rusty, so I'm spending these next 3 or 4, 5 weeks, whatever it is, till the conference, trying to brush up on my Japanese. So I know I do have some subscribers from Japan, and that would be nice to hear from you, but I'm just so excited about that I can hardly stand it. So I'm going to get out and get away. Of course, Gloria doesn't want to go. Her first reaction, no, I don't want to go. You go. Okay, so I'll go by myself. So that'll be fun. And I was kind of getting a little bit cabin fever here in Dumaguete City too. I need to get away. And now that I realize how cheap it is, flights and things, I'm going to be going to other countries and even more places here in the Philippines. So I'm excited about that. Okay, that's one thing. Another thing I wanted to talk about was birthdays. I know most people that I know in the countries that I've lived in, birthdays are a big deal. But Gloria and I, we never really were into birthdays. And her biggest fear is when we go to a restaurant and the people in the restaurant, those from the States I know will understand this, other countries I don't know if they do it, but the employees all gather around the birthday person. This is your birthday, happy birthday to you, and da 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 da, and they bring a little cupcake or something. And Gloria says, if you ever do that to me, I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk out. I will. Don't tempt me. So we kind of cool it on each other's birthday. And I even looked up on Facebook how to keep Facebook from saying this is Gloria Brown's birthday, this is Bud Brown's birthday. I don't know why. I don't know if it's shy or we just don't want to. I think in the back of my mind, when somebody turns 70, they're definitely considered up there. And I feel good. I don't feel like I'm 70. And I don't really want to be reminded, although I'm reminding myself right now. So I guess I've seen on TV the old man with the little cone hats and, oh, Grandpa, happy birthday. And they have a cake, blow out your candles, Grandpa. And it just, I don't know, it just seemed like not so dignified. So my birthday has come and gone, and I did have a friend that took me out for breakfast, and that was okay, and we just chit-chatted and talked, and now life goes on, and I feel good. Just for general principle, to let you know, I don't take any medication, aspirin or nothing, and I have been sick a few times. The ones that have followed me know that I had that reaction to that anti-rabies shot. Man, that knocked me out big time. But I've fully recovered. I feel good about life and my life here, and everything is just going great. Many of you know that our life story, our love story of Gloria and me was made into a movie here in the Philippines on the network GMA. And people have asked me, how can I see the movie and where can I see it? And the only thing that I could say was that it was on YouTube. It was on little 10-minute segments, and it's kind of a long movie. I mean, it's a regular drama, and it was about an hour long. So seeing 10-minute segments, and it didn't really show on YouTube the chronological order. Well, somebody, I wish I could remember the name so I could thank you personally, but on one of my comments said that GMA has put out the whole drama, full episode, an hour long, on our life story. And by the way, the name of it is My Heart Belongs to You, the Bud and Gloria Brown story. So I'm going to put that link on the bottom of this, or in the description of this video. And so, of course, it'll send you to the GMA video. It's not my video. It's there because of copyright. But I hope you'll enjoy it. It starts off with some English, and then kind of more and more Tagalog. So if you don't understand Tagalog, you can either figure it out through the context, or if your girlfriend or wife or husband or whoever, Filipino friend, may have to interpret it for you. But little warning, you're going to need a box of Kleenex, because even I see it myself, I go, oh my gosh, that poor girl. Because it's kind of a Cinderella story. But anyway, this is getting a little bit long, so I want to say I appreciate everybody subscribing to my channel. I wish you the best, and I'll bring you along with me when we go to Japan. Woohoo! Talk to you later. Bye.
You're welcome.